FedNor funding will create new tourism experiences at Northern Ontario's most popular tourist destination. Vivian Lapointe, Member of Parliament for Sudbury, today announced that FedNor is investing $650,000 to support Woven by Water, a project that will renew more than 20% of the third flue. The governments of New Brunswick and Canada are working together to accelerate environmental and impact assessments for the major projects needed to meet the economic challenges and opportunities of today while building the strong Canada of the future. Today, the Honourable Dominic LeBlanc, President. Wrecked, abandoned, or hazardous vessels can pose threats to the environment, local communities and economies. The Government of Canada continues to address problem vessels and hold owners accountable. Under the Wrecked, Abandoned or Hazardous Vessels Act, the Canadian Coast Guard is required to PUBL. Nova Scotia's rich cultural diversity and heritage draw residents and visitors to explore, learn and celebrate what makes this region special. Today, Chris D'Entremont, Member of Parliament for Acadianapolis, announced a non-repayable contribution of $181,100 to the Electric City/La Nouvelle-Franque. The Government of Canada is implementing the New Buy Canadian policy, which fundamentally changes how the federal government purchases goods and services. This policy makes Canada its own best customer by strengthening domestic industries, supporting Canadian workers, and building a more resilient The Honourable Sean Fraser, Minister of Justice and Attorney General of Canada and Minister responsible for the Atlantic Canada Opportunities Agency, today announced the following appointments under the judicial application process established in 2016. This process emphasizes transparency, merit, and The Honourable Sean Fraser, Minister of Justice and Attorney General of Canada and Minister responsible for the Atlantic Canada Opportunities Agency, today announced the following appointments under the judicial application process established in 2016. This process emphasizes transparency, merit, and The Honourable Sean Fraser, Minister of Justice and Attorney General of Canada and Minister responsible for the Atlantic Canada Opportunities Agency, today announced the following appointments under the judicial application process established in 2016. This process emphasizes transparency, merit, and The Canada Border Services Agency reminds travellers to plan ahead when travelling to Canada this holiday season. As you prepare for holiday travels, knowing what you need to enter Canada will help ensure a smoother border crossing experience while also giving CBSA officers more time to continue Sri Lanka has been devastated by Cyclone Ditwa, which triggered widespread flooding and landslides across the island. These disasters have claimed lives and caused extensive damage to homes and infrastructure, severely disrupting communities and local economies. Today, the Honourable Randeep Sarai, Berlin, Germany. The Honourable François-Philippe Champagne, Minister of Finance and National Revenue, will hold a media callback following his travel to Europe to advance partnerships, economic development and collaboration opportunities on both sides of the Atlantic. Media representatives who wish. The approach initially includes two key policies, with additional policies to follow, designed to strengthen Canada's economy and supply chains. The policy applies to federal departments and agencies, as well as federal grants and contributions programs, and will be extended, where possible, to Crown. To join the media availability, please follow the Zoom link. Media representatives who would like to receive the embargoed list are asked to register by contacting Environment and Climate Change Canada's Media Relations at media@ec.gc.ca. Notes for media. Today, the Canadian Coast Guard and the Icelandic Coast Guard signed a letter of intent to formalize a shared commitment to cooperation and collaboration on Coast Guard operations. This agreement marks a significant step forward in strengthening international partnerships that enhance maritime SAFET. Time 09:30 a.m. Location, Trelawne Park 105 Page Drive Welland, on L3C6L8. The Public Service Commission of Canada released its annual report for fiscal year 2024 to 2025, which provides a snapshot of the health and integrity of the staffing system and the nonpartisanship in the federal public service. As Canada navigates unprecedented challenges, the PSC's role in support. This was announced by MP Guillaume Deschênes-Thériault and Mayor Lise Roussel. This funding will improve the arena's energy efficiency by incorporating upgraded equipment and a number of renewable energy solutions, which include installing a new sealing system that reduces heat transfer onto the ice. Steve Lavoie, Member of Parliament for Beauport-Limoilou, invites media representatives to visit a business that designs and manufactures innovative structures for the installation of solar panels. He will take the opportunity to highlight a said financial contribution for the business and will be the Honourable Melanie Joly, Minister of Industry and Minister responsible for CED, along with Caroline Durocher, Member of Parliament for Trois-Rivières and Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Housing and Infrastructure, will announce Government of Canada funding to support 19 manufacturing. Today, the Honourable David J. McGuinty, Minister of National Defence, participated in the 32 ND Ukraine Defence Contact Group meeting, co-hosted by Germany and the United Kingdom. The meeting brought together more than 50 countries to discuss Ukraine's urgent requirements and progress on key multilateral. December 15, Ottawa, Ontario, Global Affairs Canada. The Honourable Anita Anand, Minister of Foreign Affairs, today announced that Canada is imposing additional sanctions against 4 individuals under the Special Economic Measures regulations. These individuals, all Iranian senior officials, have been. In 2010, the Canadian government established the Special Economic Measures regulations pursuant to the Special Economic Measures Act. In October 2022, Canada amended the Iran regulations to include gross and systematic human rights violations and has since imposed a total of 20 rounds of sanctions. Our 2 official languages are at the heart of Canadian identity. They make us unique, unite us, and enrich our culture and economy from coast to coast to coast. Promoting and protecting them starts with education. Supporting minority language education and second official language instruction is ES. On behalf of the Honourable David McGuinty, Minister of National Defence, the Honourable Jill McKnight, Minister of Veterans Affairs and Associate Minister of National Defence, will announce a newly acquired housing complex in Courtenay, British Columbia, where location to be provided by RSVP only WA. Negotiating new air transport agreements with diverse countries further improves Canada's air links to the rest of world, which promotes trade diversification, strengthens supply chains, boosts tourism and helps fuel our country's economic growth. Today, the Honourable Stephen McKinnon, Minister of Canada's shared success depends on the strength of its rural communities. Challenges remain, but the path forward is clear. Creating one Canadian economy and building a better future for all Canadians means turning strategy into action and supporting rural communities in practical, meaningful ways. Remarks by the Honourable Stephen Four, Secretary of State. Hello, everyone, and thank you for being here today. Thank you for joining us for this important announcement. I would like to acknowledge that we are gathered on the traditional territory of Indigenous peoples, including the Mississaugas of Vancouver. The Minister of Transport and Leader of the Government in the House of Commons, the Honourable Stephen McKinnon, will tour the Port of Vancouver. Minister McKinnon will be available to answer questions from journalists at the Port of Vancouver after the tour. Time, 3:30 p.m. Pacific STA. During this official visit, Secretary of State Four is meeting with senior government and military officials, including State Secretary Marte Gerhardsen of the Norwegian Ministry of Defence, Dr. Nils Schmid, Parliamentary State Secretary at the German Ministry of Defence, as well as the heads of BOT. St. George, New Brunswick. The European green crab is an aquatic invasive species in Canada that upsets the balance of our marine ecosystems. In southwest New Brunswick, European green crab negatively impacts native species and habitats like eelgrass, dulse beds, and shellfish, which are culturally. The Department of National Defence is committed to keeping Saguenay residents informed about the work underway to address the presence of PUR and polyfluoroalkylated substances near Canadian Forces Base Bagotville. In 2024, in response to a request from the City of Saguenay, DND, and the City of Our 2 official languages are at the heart of Canadian identity. They make us unique, unite us, and enrich our culture and economy from coast to coast to coast. Promoting and protecting them starts with education. Supporting minority language education and second official language instruction is ES. The injured inmate was evaluated by staff members and transported to an outside hospital to receive treatment. The Agassiz detachment of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police and the institution are presently investigating the incident. The assailants have been identified, and the appropriate actions ha. Time 1:30 p.m. CT location, Vehicle Technology and Energy Center RRC Polytech, Notre Dame Campus Building ZC 508-2055 Notre Dame Avenue Winnipeg, Manitoba. Please access the building through the south entrance. Complimentary parking is available in Lot N1, accessed through entrance number 5 off of Route 90. Media. Prior to the announcement, senior government officials from Environment and Climate Change Canada will hold a bilingual technical briefing, which will be on background only and not for attribution. Media representatives are asked to register for the technical briefing by contacting the Media Relay Show. MP Lapointe and guest speakers will be available to answer questions from the media following the announcement. Time 11:00 a.m. Location, Science North, 3RD Floor 100 Ramsey Lake Road Sudbury, on. The Honourable Joel Lightbound, Minister of Government Transformation, Public Works and Procurement and Quebec Lieutenant, will announce new steps under the Buy Canadian policies to strengthen support for Canadian industry. Please note that all details are subject to change. All times are local. Not. Today, the Honourable Julie Debruson, Minister of the Environment, Climate Change and Nature, marks the 30th anniversary of the Environmental Damages Fund by announcing that the Government of Canada will invest over $10.6 million in 23 projects that benefit ecosystems and communities across Canada. Businesses and entrepreneurs in Toronto and Southern Ontario gain access to programs designed to advance local economic growth. Toronto is Canada's business and financial capital, generating 50% of Ontario's GDP and serving as a national hub for innovation and entrepreneurship. With nearly 110. Time 10:00 a.m. AST location, Arena Entrance Palais de Sports MGR CV Leclerc 1 Rue de l'École St. Leonard, NBE 7E1Y1. Heavy precipitation routinely causes flooding at 3 sites along Highway 2 from Holland Road to Howe Avenue, from Coach Avenue to #3476 Highway 2, and from Fall River Road to Miller Lane. To reduce the risk of flooding to private property, residences, and the highway corridor, this project will increase. The contraband and unauthorized items seized included hashish, tobacco, a lighter, rolling papers, and a USB charger. The total estimated institutional value of this seizure is $73,250. The Correctional Service of Canada uses a number of tools to prevent drugs from entering its institutions. These Today, Terry Dugwood, Member of Parliament for Winnipeg South, announced a federal investment of $7.5 million towards the first phase of development of a new arena and expanded recreational facilities at the Dakota Community Centre. The centre is a vibrant hub, offering a wide range of recreational, CU 30. By strengthening Canada's quantum ecosystem through strategic investments, the Government of Canada is mobilizing innovation in quantum science and technology to revolutionize critical areas such as defense, security, medicine, energy, and computing, while building long-term economic resilience and Government support will help strengthen airport strategy and expand tourism capacity in rural Atlantic communities. Tourism operators, strategic infrastructure, and local businesses form the backbone of the economy, attracting visitors, creating jobs and keeping services and opportunities closer to The Honourable Ariel Kayabaga, Deputy House Leader of the Government and Member of Parliament for London West, on behalf of the Honourable Evan Solomon, Minister of Artificial Intelligence and Digital Innovation and Minister responsible for the Federal Economic Development Agency for Southern Ontario. In the face of unjust tariffs, the Government of Canada is taking decisive action to support workers and spur industry transformation so we can adapt, compete, and win in a new global environment. Canada's forest sector supports thousands of jobs and communities nationwide and plays a key role in Ottawa, Ontario, Minister of Crown Indigenous Relations, Rebecca Alty, Minister of Northern and Arctic Affairs, Rebecca Chartrand, and Minister of Indigenous Services, Mandy Gulmasti, issued the following statement today, 10 years ago, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission released its final R. As previously announced, the new law also creates a modern, consistent path going forward. A Canadian parent born or adopted abroad can now pass on citizenship to their child born or adopted outside Canada today or in the future, provided they can demonstrate at the time of application that they spend. In February, Amador investment of $72 million was announced for the design of the WildFireSat mission, which will provide Canada with daily data on all active wildfires across Canada and internationally. In June, former Canadian Space Agency astronaut Marc Garnier passed away at age 76. He was one of T.